Hey, this is Tom Birkenmeyer. Clearly, you can see here on my website, tombirkenmeyer.com. I'm just going to do a little overview of blogging basics. I know some of you are doing so great with the daily core of activities and so on. If you decide that blogging is your thing and you're really interested in blogging and you're good at it and you think you can be good at it, I know you can be good at it. I'm going to help you get a really nice jump start. I've been learning a lot of blogging tips and strategy from Ray Higdon. I'm going to keep this short and sweet, and there's tons of other content out there if you want to dig deeper into blogging. I highly recommend looking at Ray Higdon's training on blogging. He's a master. He's generated millions of dollars from his blog. So he's obviously a guy whose stack is bigger than mine. That's why I learned from him, and probably bigger than yours. So excellent teacher he is. But let's get started. So the first thing with a blog, obviously you want to have a target audience, and I don't know who that's going to be. It could be people that just want more of something, a problem they want to solve. Maybe you want to teach network marketing. Maybe you want to show people how to get fit outside of their busy lives at work. Who knows what it is? As for mine is inspiration. It's personal development. It's a reversal of chronic disease, chronic debt. It's all under the umbrella of freedom. So as for me, I love freedom. I'm absolutely in love with it. And the kind of people that I want to attract into my world are people that are in love with freedom, obtaining more freedom, people that, I don't know, maybe are stuck at a job they don't like very much, people that are suffering from health problems that are due to their lifestyle, all those things that sort of inhibit freedom. Those are the kinds of people that I like to attract to me, that see a problem and not having enough freedom and are willing to take action on that. So that's those are the people that I go towards, and you've got to decide, the people, the market that you want as well. So here's how I do my blog, and I'm going to show you several examples of others that sort of use the same format that are all very successful. And success leaves clues, and there's certain patterns. There's certain patterns that people who are successful are doing, and there's different ways of doing it, different flavors, and so on and so forth. So I've got my own flavor, and all these people have their own flavor, but fundamentally, we're all doing the same kinds of patterns. And likewise, on the other side of that fence, people that are not successful, there's a ton of bloggers, and almost all of them are not successful at generating any kind of following or making money for their business, or a following of subscribers and so on and so forth. And they're engaged in a very different kinds of patterns than the successful bloggers. So I want you guys to make a discernment and notice those patterns of the successful bloggers, which there are very few, and the many bloggers that are not very successful. They're following different patterns. So here we go, some of those patterns of the more successful ones. First, I want you to take notice at the banner area up here. This is extremely valuable real estate. This is what people are first going to see when they go to your website. So when someone goes to tombirkenmeyer.com, they're going to see this thing right here, and they're going to see some of this. So this has to look clean and nice and neat, which it does now. It didn't when it first started, as well as some categories down here: ebook, health and wellness, personal development, some resyndicated stuff, recipes, and an uncategorized area. So it's all within the umbrella of freedom. So this piece of real estate, all of this, whatever shows up on somebody's screen when they first go without having to scroll up and down or side to side, that's the most valuable real estate. So you want to have your most impact content there. So you should absolutely have a picture of your face. It should be a clear picture of your face, something that they can actually see you. A good headshot is ideal. Usually full body shots doesn't really work too well because they can't really see you, and people want to see you. Now, typically you want to do a good, a nice picture of your smiling face. As for mine, I'm sort of looking up into the heavens, and it's sort of working for what I've got going here, but typically you want to do just a nice, subtle kind of smile, and not an over-exaggerated smile, because it needs to be genuine and a trusting face. People need to be able to trust you. And a tagline or a mission statement of some sort. So on mine, for example, I've got challenges. You can use them to break down or break through. It's all about perspective. So the idea here is you don't really want to talk about how awesome you are and why your page rocks and make it about you. You want to create an eager desire in your viewer to want to dig around, because there's going to be something in it for them. So you put yourself in their shoes, and if you do that, honestly, you're going to be like, okay, what am I going to get? What value am I going to get from visiting this website? Is it going to solve a problem? Is it going to give me more of what I want, less of what I don't want? So you got to be thinking in terms of that. And so with this thing here, obviously the kind of person that's going to be attracted to this is probably somebody who's into obtaining more freedom. They want to, they're in the midst of a challenge, and this is a great perspective, you know, or a choice of perspectives. It's like, okay, my viewer is looking at this. All right, yeah, challenges. I've got them in my life. Wow, I've never heard of it this way before. I can use my challenge to break down or make a breakthrough. So it's all about perspective. I think I want to take on this ladder here, a perspective of making a breakthrough. So hey, maybe I should dig around this guy's post and start reading some of what he's doing. Then from there, who knows where it's going to go. So this is extremely important in real estate, and I hope you guys get it, that you want to use this to create an eager desire in your target people to want to look around more and subscribe and things like that, and start reading some of your stuff. So the next thing I want to show you is going to be the side column right here. These are called widgets. I'll scroll so you can see. I've got all these widgets here. And this is a WordPress blog, by the way. I highly recommend WordPress. It's just the easiest, and I don't have to know coding and programming, and it's just quick and easy and non-technical. But right up here at the top, I have your daily dose of inspiration. And there you have it. You put in your name, your email address. We respect your email privacy. Sign up. So if somebody puts that in there, they're going to be on my list, and they are going to get, this is what is called a giveaway. So you have to have some kind of giveaway, some content you're going to create, so that it's something valuable that people can use for free to get some kind of a result. And this is going to be a great way for you to add people to your list, so that you can market to, that you can share more free content to, and once in a while share something that involves an investment. And the reason you want to focus mostly on free value is so that you build trust with somebody, a long-term relationship, and so that when you do pitch something, they are much more likely to at least look at it. If you condition people to read your stuff and read your email updates and your blog posts and things like that, you condition them to want to come back and keep reading more, then when you do share the once in a while, hey, I've got this new update for people that are interested, check it out, here's the investment, they're much more receptive to it. And not to mention, when you're sharing all that free stuff, you don't know when somebody's going to be looking at something for free, but then they start digging around and they see maybe your business, your product line, and then before you know it, you get an email from somebody or a connection on Facebook, and they're asking you questions about your product or your opportunity. So you just never know how that's going to work out. But bottom line is, you want to focus on value. Just have free giveaways in a once in a while thing, where it's like, you know, if you want to dig deeper, or you might be interested in this, if you're interested in this, and here's the investment, and you know, that sort of thing. And that works out really well. I generate a lot of business just from doing things like that. So I want to tell you guys about this right here. About this lead capture, where somebody enters their name and email address to get a daily dose of inspiration sent to their inbox. I use a professional autoresponder. I use Aweber. There's also Constant Contacts, and there's some other ones, but Aweber, I believe I'm paying $20 a month. It's totally worth it, because the list that I'm building with this, every time somebody enters in their name and email address and they opt in, that list is an asset. That asset is worth a lot of money depending on my skills for marketing to that list. So I'm always developing my skills. So this is totally different than, say, building a subscription list on YouTube and likes on Facebook, because you don't own those things. And you know, it's very possible if Facebook wants to, they can shut you down for whatever reason. That happens. I once had my Facebook, it was so stupid, but my Facebook was just totally shut down, and I lost all my contacts on there. But I built my Facebook back up since then, and you know, it's doing really great now. But it could happen again. I don't know. And it could be over something completely stupid, and there's nothing that I can do about it. Same thing with YouTube and all those things. So you want to be building a list that you own, somebody with, you know, a company like Aweber that's professional, and they're going to safeguard your list, and you're not subject to YouTube or Facebook or anything else that you don't own. This is a service I'm paying professionals money for, and I can do whatever I want with my list. So it's really important that you're building a list. And the purpose of a blog, by the way, is to build your list. So that's what your focus is. And how do you build a list? Well, I'm showing you things right now. For example, with this highly valuable piece of real estate, I already talked about that. Creating that eager desire in people to want to dig around, read your blog posts, subscribe to whatever your free giveaway is so that you can build your list up that way. And by the way, every time I make a blog post, I can update my list and tell them about my new blog post so that they can go and check it out. It's a pretty cool thing. So you want to keep building your list that way using blogs. Blogs can be highly profitable, highly effective at building your list. Okay, so that's the general setup and design of your blog page. So I'm going to talk about blog content now. So where are you going to get the ideas to come up with? That's actually a lot easier than you might think it is. First, I would suggest that you pick something that you know something about, something that you're excited about. It's going to be a lot easier to keep generating new content if you know something about it already and you're sincerely interested and passionate about talking about it and sharing those ideas with other people. So, and beyond that, here's some ideas that I've gotten from Ray Higdon, and also I've used myself and works really well. I'm just going to share a couple of things. So, you could go to a library or a bookstore, and there's thousands and thousands of books. The resources are endless. You could even go, I don't know, to Amazon or Google and just start looking at stuff. You can do all of this for free. You don't need to buy them, but you can just look around for ideas in the area that you want to talk about. So let's say you want to talk about leveraging social media to build a following. You can find tons of resources and books about that, headlines and so on. You can find different lists like 3 huge tips that will absolutely generate you traffic, whatever. And you can get ideas. You can just start writing ideas down. To bring a notepad with you of some kind as you start looking at stuff. And not only is it going to give you ideas, but you might see something that you want to read yourself for the learning experience, which could just generate more ideas for you to blog about. And just that one thing alone, you'll never run out of ideas. If you just look at what other people are doing, and you can teach what other people are already teaching, but you sort of do it in your own way. Or a lot of times what happens to me is I'll look at a lesson by somebody else or a training by somebody else, and that will spark a new idea that maybe barely resembles what they were training, but it just sparked a whole whirlwind of new ideas for myself that I wouldn't have gotten otherwise. That happens a lot. It really unlocks the brain for a rich and creative mindset. Another thing you can do that I love, this might actually be my more favorite way of getting ideas to blog about and vlog about with video, is to just ask people. So I love using Facebook. I'll ask interactive questions. In fact, that's one of my daily things that I like to do to just increase engagement and activity on my Facebook. I'll ask people questions, and depending on the answers, I could get some really great ideas. In fact, oftentimes I do get ideas just from the questions I ask and the answers that are given by people. And once in a while, I might deliberately ask something like, what is the most important question that you have about blank that would really help you out, or something like that. Another question that I could ask someone is actually this is more like a fill in the blank sort of thing than a question. So you can use a question or a fill in the blank just to vary it up. So it could be something like, all right, the number one thing that would really fix blank would be blank, and I would feel so blank. And just be creative with that format. And it doesn't have to have 3 blanks. It can just be 1 or 2 or whatever, but just have fun and be creative with it. And the stuff that people will respond with, some of that just really blows my mind. And they'll cause me to think of blog ideas that there's no way I could have thought of if I didn't just ask people like that. So then I'll go back later that day or the next day or a couple days later after there's been a lot of interaction, and my goodness, I could have literally 100 ideas for blogging or vlogging topics just by asking a question on my Facebook. Or if I'm going to do a webinar, or I'm doing something offline, online, and I just ask the group a question just to get some feedback. Like, what's the number one thing that you would like to learn about that would really help you out in whatever it is that I might be teaching about? And then people just throw up answers, or I ask them to write it down on a sheet of paper, and they can leave their name off so it's anonymous if they want. And you just be amazed the stuff that's on people's mind. But another really cool thing about that is a lot of people, you're going to find, like, if you ask 1,000 people a question, a generic kind of question, a lot of the answers are going to be about the same. So out of 1,000 people, you might have 10, 20, 30 unique answers depending on the question that you ask. So obviously, if you ask 1,000 people the same question, and half of them are the same question, and then there's maybe 20 or 30 more more unique ones than that. Obviously, the one that most people want to know about would be a great idea for a vlog or a blog, because a lot of people are looking for it. Odds are people are also typing in those search phrases on Google, so you might be able to capitalize on some search engine traffic as well by doing it that way. So I love just asking people questions to get ideas for blog topics. You'll never run out. So now I'm going to show you what an individual post looks like. So I'm just going to go here. I mean, on my blog, first of all, as far as the page design layout, that's probably the last thing I'll cover on that. But all I'm really showing is the title, a little snippet like the beginning. So obviously the first few lines, they have to be really engaging and create that eager desire for somebody to want to continue reading. And then the link exactly is continue reading. And then of course the pictures, so there's some interesting graphics too. But that's all they see, and I'll have like 20 or so per page, and you'll see this, all these titles, and just like the first couple lines of the blog, they have to be interesting. So anyway, let's say someone's on my page, they're looking at this stuff. Well, first they see this valuable piece of real estate up here. Oh, well, I've got challenges. Yeah, that's interesting. I want to use mine to break through, not break down. Oh, daily inspiration. Okay, well, I'm going to sign up for that. Okay, I'm on that. And this looks cool. Feeling overtaken with gratitude. I'm going to continue reading. So I click the link. Took a second to load, and here it is. I think my browser froze, but it's back. So feeling overtaken with gratitude. So I got this beautiful blog. I got this really interesting picture up here. It's ideal to have at least one picture per blog posting. Instead of just all text, you want to add variety and make it interesting. And then I've also got a video down here too. And at the end there, I'm linking to another vlog. Actually, it's a video vlog and not a blog. This goes to YouTube, but another video that is very relevant to what I did here, some sort of interlinking between myself with different content that I have. And I've also got, notice this, have you enjoyed this? Was it helpful in breaking some circular thought patterns you might have been stuck in? Do you know anyone who could use this? Sharing is caring. Share with friends and family. Connect with me on social media too. So I've got some calls to action. It's all value driven. So I've just given away all this free stuff. And there's a video, there's a picture, everything is formatted so that it looks nice and neat. And there's a little call to action to, if you got value from it, share it with people. It's not do me a favor and share, that's gross, but it's did you get value from it after I just value, free giveaway, free giveaway, value. Did you get some value from it? If so, sharing is caring. Connect with me, share this with people who you think might like to see it. And then I've also got some social media plugins on here as well to make it really easy for people to connect with me on Facebook or look at more YouTube videos and so on and so forth. So that's sort of a general format that I use when I do my blog posts. Just about every single one of them follows that format. I've got a title that grabs attention. I've got a picture, an interesting picture. I've got the text, the actual content of the blog post. Not all of them, but I would say about half of them maybe I will have a video embedded in there as well. And I will have this little call to action. It's kind of like, it's similar to a signature. And my signatures are generally, I've got my name and I've got that little call to action. Did you get any value? After I pack a ton of value, and asking them to share it with other people if they got value. So I get a lot of referrals as a result of that. So the main thing is there has to be value. Otherwise, this little call to action here won't work very well. But the main thing is value. And if there's a lot of value, then people are going to want to share it, especially if you plant that seed in their mind. That's what I found anyway. So I'm going to show you some examples of some other pages that I think are very well, people that have made millions of dollars with their blogs. Here's Ray Higdon, the guy that I'm primarily learning from right now. So I wanted to show you his. See that valuable piece of real estate at the top here. There's a picture of a smiling face, and it says helping network marketers recruit more reps, get more leads, and become top earners in their company. All this up here, the navigation structure is nice and neat, and he's got his lead capture right here, his free giveaway, 29 sources to get leads now. You just put in your info there, and you get your audio. And he's got a video. And if you look at, say, you know, his actual blog posts right there on his front page, and just like mine, you know, he's got a picture, he's got a catchy title. You can only see the first couple of lines, and if you want to see more, click here and you can read more. And again, the first couple lines, it has to be something catchy. It has to be like a hook. Kind of like Law and Order shows. If you've ever watched them, like in the first minute, they've got you hooked, and it's like, oh, so I'm stuck on this TV now for an hour. All this, I wanted to do this and that and this, but now this, oh my God. And then, of course, they usually have back-to-back Law and Order shows, and it's like as soon as the one is done, you got to turn it off right away. Otherwise, you just go 1 minute into that next one, and it's got you sucked in for another hour out of your day, taking you away from other stuff. So that's sort of how I view the, you know, that headline, the title, and the first couple lines of the blog posting. Just they have to be that catch so that people click to read the whole thing. And Ray Higdon, you know, he's got that title, he's got his picture, he's got the actual content here, and he's got a video that he's embedded in it. And he's got, let's see down here, he's got his signature, and he's got, he likes doing a PS, and he's, you know, he's got his call to action linking to something else. So it's just value, 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 free giveaway, value, 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 and call to action. So if it really is value packed and the reader perceives it to be value packed, they're much more likely to do the call to action down there at the bottom. So that's a pattern now. I've shown you mine, I've shown you Reg's. We're doing the same pattern. I'm going to show you another one now that I think is very good. This is Eric Worre's Network Marketing Pro. Oh, one last thing I want to show you about Ray. Notice again, the viewer is looking at this, asking him or herself, what am I going to get out of this? So Ray is not making it about himself, but helping network marketers. I mean, who's his target audience? His target audience is network marketers. And he's not talking about his network marketing company, because the only people that are going to be interested in that are people that are with that company. And, you know, that's not going to expand. It's not going to expand his following to gain new traction and new people to follow his blog posts and so on and so forth, because most people are not by default going to be interested in his company. Just people that already are interested in his company will be. So it won't be very effective to gain new interest. Therefore, that's why I personally do not like to talk about my network marketing company on my pages, because I want new traction and new followers and new business. So instead, I'm targeting, you know, what my audience is interested in, and that's freedom. So all my blog posts have something to do with obtaining more freedom, solving problems, you know, along those lines. And then eventually, when it's appropriate, there's that connection made between my opportunity and obtaining that freedom. So Ray over here, obviously his target market is network marketers that want to recruit more reps, get more leads, and become top earners in their company. So all of his blog posts and trainings have some congruence about that, and that's, you know, that's another pattern for successful blogs. There's actual congruence in their blog postings and what their blog pages are about. So if he's here for this and he starts making blog posts about something totally unrelated, he's going to lose a lot of people. So there has to be congruence as well. So the next one, Eric Worre, obviously his target market are people that want to become network marketing professionals. So he's got his page, he's got his capture right here, his free giveaway. I hope you're catching that pattern now. Become a Network Marketing Pro Insider, get notified when new videos are published, and see the How to Recruit 20 People in 30 Days webinar instantly. It's free. Just put in your first name and email address and you get it. So that's his free giveaway. Making use of this valuable real estate up here that people see immediately when they land on his page. And then he's got his, you know, his post down here. Next, I want to show you Danny Johnson. She's a highly effective trainer. In my opinion, she's helped me a ton. She's helped a ton of other people a ton. She's got a great looking web page. You know, again, right here at the top is a valuable piece of real estate. Here's a picture of her smiling face, and tons of credibility. She's using the fact that she was on ABC's Secret Millionaire, so she's got that up here. But she's not just leaving it at that. In fact, that's just, you know, this little piece up here. You could easily miss that. The part that's sticking out the most, right after her smiling face, smiling, trusting face, is this text right here that says, jumps right out at you, I'll equip you to succeed beyond your wildest dreams if you let me. So she's making it about, she's taking the issue off of herself she's building credibility with this little thing here about ABC's Secret Millionaire, but she's taking the issue off of herself and making it all about you, creating the eager desire in you, the viewer, to want to look around, subscribe, maybe even buy product, who knows. And then she's got all of her blog posts, and she's got a pretty awesome website. So again, you see the blog posts as you scroll down. Well, first to the right, you see that the free giveaway. Hers is a free ebook. Danny Johnson's First Steps to Wealth. Just enter your email and first name, download free ebook, and the Daily Fix free e-letter. So following that same pattern that successful people are doing, this valuable piece of real estate, creating the eager desire in the viewer to want to keep reading more, and the free giveaway right here with the lead capture by a professional service provider that you will pay money for. It's really expensive to go the free route here with capturing leads, because they can do anything they want to it and they have no obligation to really serve you whatsoever. And you can build up a nice list of followers and suddenly it's gone and there's nothing you can do about it. So you want to go with a reputable professional company that you will spend money, but it's such a small amount, and it's also a 100% tax deduction, so it's no big deal. But anyway, to get back on point here, she's following those same patterns, this valuable piece of real estate, creating the eager desire in people to want to look around more. And then right here we have the free giveaway, which goes to a lead capture, so she's building her list that she can market to. So maybe every time she posts a new blog update or something really important, she can contact everybody all at once, everyone that's on her list. And she's following that same format with her posts. She's got a picture, a catchy headline. You can see the first few lines in the actual content of her blog post, and if you want to read more, you just click on it and it'll take you to more. And well, let's click on one and see what hers looks like when it loads. Here we go. All right, so we've got a picture, a video. This is mostly video. There's a little bit of information here about the video. Scroll down, there's the video, banner ad, related articles. So it's a little bit different, but she's still basically following the same format. Leave a comment. And then we go over to Todd Falcone. That's the next one I want to show you. I've learned a lot from this guy as well. So valuable piece of real estate up here. So he doesn't have a picture of his smiling face at the top, but he does have, let's see here, 10 strategies for fast starting distributors. And he's got a picture of him right here. And he has his free giveaway. Get your hands on this free report and start growing your downline faster than ever before. So obviously his target market are people that are in network marketing who want to build their downline faster than ever before. You just put your info in here and you get the free report. And then you're probably going to click around, blah, blah, blah. And that's his deal. That's Todd Falcone, following most of the same patterns, I would say. And the last one that I want to show you is Yum Universe, yumuniverse.com. Again, she's taken advantage of that extremely valuable real estate up there at the top. I'm going to shrink my screen so you can see it more. Everything looks nice, it's clean. Heather Crosby, founder, recipe developer, and bona fide veggie junkie, helping you become plant powerful one step at a time. So obviously her target market are people that are very interested and open to a plant-based diet, and maybe they're struggling and they want some ideas, and people need support for that sort of thing. That's a really hard transition to make, to go from meat and potatoes to a more powerful plant-based diet, and she wants to help people make that transition. She supports it, and she's going to give people the tools and equip them to do it successfully. She's got a ton of great recipes. You can see right there, recipes, toolbox. So on lifetime members, so there's a membership thing there. So she's making extreme use of this valuable piece of real estate that the very first thing people see is her smiling face, trusting. That's a very trusting face right there with a really nice smile. And she makes it about you right here in this little tagline right here, the mission statement. And then right below that, just like everyone else, she has a free giveaway. Just enter your name and email and click the Serve It Up button. A plant-based, gluten-free diet is delicious and doable. Sign up for weekly tips, recipes, and free meal plan. So the valuable real estate to create the eager desire in her viewers to want to stick around and enter their name and email address so that she can build up her list. And I guarantee you, she is not using a free service. She's paying a professional autoresponder service to build that list so that she has control over it and she can market them however she wants. And she probably sends out an email every time there's an important update or a new blog post. So that's about it. I hope that helps. Blogging can be extremely powerful in building up your list, and if you're a marketer of any kind, including a home business or network marketer, you need to be building up a list, even if it's just writing names and numbers down on a sheet of paper every single day, or if it's this, or preferably a combination of both, writing names down on a piece of paper in a spiral notebook along with some sort of a lead capture so that you can build up your list quickly and effectively so that you can market to them. And as you build your skills in attraction marketing, attraction influence, and creating valuable content, becoming a content machine consistently, you do all those things and you're going to benefit a lot of people, which is going to absolutely build your business, and it'll just happen organically like that. And the two biggest things in my opinion, actually it's not just my opinion, it's everybody that's really successful at this, so follow the patterns of successful people. The two biggest things is to be consistent, and the other thing is personal development. You need to build your skills. If you're not any good at blogging and you're consistent, then you'll never take off. But you don't want to wait till you're good till you get started. You need to get started where you're at right now. The best starting place, and the only one that's any good in my opinion, is where you're at right now. So get started where you're at right now and be consistent in conjunction with personal development so that you get better at it. You don't have to be great to get started, but you gotta get started to be great, and you'll be great as you develop your skill set. And seriously, one reason, just in full transparency, that I decided to use these particular examples that I used is so that you go to rayhigdon.com and you go to networkmarketingpro.com and you go to dannyjohnson.com and Todd Falcone and all these other people. I want you to go to those places so that you can build your skill set so that you're not being consistent just in vain. There's nothing more frustrating than doing all the work and being consistent, but you're not doing anything to improve your skill set. So you never get any good and you never develop a following. You never grow your business because all you're doing is being consistent. So being consistent isn't enough, but it is one of the two necessary things you have to do if you want to do something really cool with your blog or anything for that matter. Be consistent and also consistently build up your skill set with personal development, and there will be no stopping you whatsoever.